Today, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that I wish I knew a long, long time ago. Distractions can kill your business. And I should know, because I spent years and years chasing shiny objects, thinking each one was going to be the next big thing that would take me to the next level. Flipping and wholesaling have always been my core businesses. But along the way, people start to notice your success and bring you all kinds of different opportunities that feel like no-brainers at face value. I've been distracted by Airbnbs, buying service-based businesses, even NFTs. I did it all. But instead of what I thought it was going to do, which was grow my businesses, I ended up neglecting the thing that brought me the most success over the years. Plus, I felt stuck, stressed, and looked up to see over $600,000 in debt. If you've ever felt like you're spinning your wheels, starting and stopping projects, trying new business models, and wondering why you're not getting traction, this video is probably for you. So I'm going to share exactly why lack of focus held me back for years, how I finally broke free, and what you can do to avoid the same mistakes. Stick around, guys, because this lesson cost me so much money and time, but it doesn't have to cost you. So let's get into it. So what I want to do first is take a step back, go all the way back to the beginning. When I first started in real estate, I was strictly flipping houses. That was the plan. Get some deals, make some money. But then I realized I was giving up a huge amount of my profit to wholesalers and taking on all of the risk, right? So the business pivoted and we thought, you know what, maybe we should try getting deals direct from seller. It's faster, less risk, and we can cherry pick the best deals to flip and wholesale the rest. So we added wholesaling to our arsenal, and it was working just as we had planned. But instead of doubling down, I got distracted. So shiny object number one, Airbnb arbitrage. Everybody's heard of this by now. After a year of successfully making just hordes of cash in the real estate business, we had the operation running smoothly. And around that time, Airbnb arbitrage hopped onto the scene and became the next big thing. I was doing so well with flipping and wholesaling that I figured, this is an easy progression to make. So what did I do? I started building an arbitrage business. I saw tons of other people online making money doing this. I figured, why couldn't I do the same thing? The result? I spent hours upon hours each day looking for properties, calling landlords. I finally found a couple and spent the next few months getting them locked up, using cash from my flipping and wholesaling operation to furnish the properties so that I could list them on Airbnb. This was all moving along great until two unexpected things happened. Number one, the market I was in was oversaturated with short-term rentals. Getting the cash flow that I was expecting after doing my research on places like AirDNA wasn't realistic, unless I had the nicest property with the most amenities to stand out from the crowd and get top dollar bookings. Something that was not realistic when you didn't own the home. You didn't own the property because you were renting it from a landlord and then turning around and renting it on Airbnb, which is the arbitrage model. I couldn't make major changes to a property that I didn't own. And in order to get that wow factor pricing, that's exactly what I had to do. The second thing that happened was the largest city in our metro banned short-term rentals. The hotel owners got in the pockets of the lawmakers and they shut down short-term rentals. So at this point, I had properties that I'd overcommitted on the rental amount to the owners, thinking that I could more than make up for it with the short-term rental income. But now that income wasn't coming in, and I'd spent tens of thousands of dollars to furnish these units. I had to eat the lost cash flow month after month until I finally broke the lease and sold the furniture for way less than what I paid. So shiny object number two, NFTs. So around that time, I was approached by an attorney who was digging into selling real estate on the blockchain as NFTs, right? So NFTs were popping off back then. You had your Bored Apes that all the celebrities were buying. You had OpenSea throwing all kinds of different images that you could buy, and I was hooked. For the next 6 months, I became obsessed with trying to help this guy build his NFT project And we even did a spinoff to try and work with athletes, building them their own NFT collections that they could go and sell and profit on. I was convinced that this was going to be the future, that I was getting in early and it would be another huge revenue stream for my business. But you know what happened? NFTs tanked. People finally jumped on the logic train and realized, what the hell am I doing spending thousands of dollars for an image of an ape? I can't do anything with it. And that was the end of that business. That 6 months took my focus away from my real estate business, and I was using profits from flipping and wholesaling to invest into building these NFTs that died. I was so caught up in crypto, in Discord servers, and community building that I stopped focusing on the thing that was actually putting money in my pocket, and instead I was burning it at a massively high rate. So shiny object number 3, buying a service-based business. After those previous 2 fumbles, as if it wasn't enough, I got another brilliant idea. I was seeing all the hype online about service-based businesses and how you could just buy an operational business without having to deal with all the pain and the menial nonsense you needed to build one from the ground up. So I spent the next year researching service-based businesses and eventually bought a company. I thought, this will be another stream of income. It's a service-based business. How hard can it be? Well, let me tell you, it was a disaster. We didn't have the time or the resources to manage it properly. We used cash from our real estate business to purchase this business. The problem was we didn't even lock in the current 1099 employees into any sort of an agreement. And as soon as we closed on the purchase, they decided to go start their own company. Our first year of owning that business, we lost so much money. Not only that, we were spending so much time on the service-based business that our real estate business started to struggle. The point is, we had multiple businesses pulling us in different directions throughout this entire period of distraction. And worst of all, we were stacking up debt, trying to fund all of these distractions. Before we knew it, we looked up and had over $600,000 of unsecured debt. It was a low point, and it all came down to one thing. We'd lost focus. When we finally stepped back and took a look at the mess that we were in, there was one answer. There was only one clear solution to how to get out of this. We needed to get back to what we were good at. That meant no more chasing new business models, no more trying to build something from scratch, no more distractions. So we killed the Airbnb business. The NFT project died on its own, and we sold the service-based business. And we went all in on wholesaling and flipping, because that's what we knew. That's what we were good at, and that's what had always worked. And guess what happened? Within months, our business started growing again. We started closing more deals, bringing in consistent income, and getting back on track. We finally started paying off that $600,000 in debt and began making more money than we ever had before. All because we were focused. If there's one thing that I've learned in business, it's this. Success isn't about doing a million things. It's about doing a few things really, really well while avoiding the distractions. So here's what I want you to take away from this. If you have something that's working, double down. Stop looking for the next best thing. There's always going to be a new business idea. But before diving into it, ask yourself, are the odds that this opportunity actually helps me reach my goals significantly higher than it failing and wasting my time? If it's a significant difference, if it's 50-50, 60-40, even 70-30, I'd bail and get focused again. But if it's 80-20, 90-10, that's a real opportunity and one you might want to look at. But you need to set clear goals and stick to them. Define what success looks like for you and block everything else out that doesn't get you there. So if you're struggling in business, I challenge you to do this. Number 1, figure out what you're good at and commit to mastering it. Number 2, make a list of all the distractions that you've chased and cut them out. Number 3, focus on what's already making you money and get rid of the noise. Because trust me, when you stay focused, success comes really fast. So that's all we got for this video. Drop a comment if you've ever been distracted in your business. What is the biggest shiny object that you've ever chased? And if you're serious about growing in real estate, growing in business, hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out new videos every week to help you build your business, help you build your legacy that lasts. That's it for today. Stay focused, stay consistent, and let's get to work.